To my project where I created a fork from the Judge Zero IDE. My name is William, and this is what I did for my project. So essentially, what this project is supposed to do is add upon what is already here for the Judge Zero IDE, which is essentially a AI coding assistant. So, for example, we have a code here on the left, and then we have an AI coding assistant chat on the right. So this is something that was a feature to be added for, and as you can see, the compilation of the code on the left actually works, right? So we have our input for the function as defined in this code, and then we get the output that's appropriate, and we can change the language based on what we like. And over here on the right, we can change the AI as we like. So unfortunately, Pewter can be a little finicky, so some things may not work as intended, as shown. But here, I can write something like hello. And this is a little strange, but it made the API call. And just imagine this is supposed to be a proper, call of GPT 4.0. And if we inspect the console, we can actually see, if we reset this, that I need to change this, but chat initialization complete Pewter is available. So yeah, this project uses a lot of Pewter, basically relying on Pewter to make our API calls, because those API calls are free and they're very easily available in index.html. So if we go to pewter.v2, this is all that's required for the installation of Pewter. So this is the direction I wanted to go in, to rely more on Pewter rather than your standard API middleware API calls. But for some reason it's not working, and that sucks, but I think my implementation overall is pretty decent. And I've also added a functionality where if you highlight something, maybe none of this, where if you highlight a snippet of code, let's say I want ChatGPT to explain these imports here, so these library includes, so this will automatically add the highlighted section into the chat coding assistant, and then I can send it into the chat for what it thinks, or like what I want for clarification. So the things I tried to implement are a chat interface for users, which is right here, code suggestion for compiling errors, autocomplete suggestions as the user is typing, a bug finder and fixer, and something else I'm blanking on. But basically the bulk of the code is within this JavaScript file. All of the functions that I've tried to define, so essentially I've tried to tackle each task by defining functions for each of them. So for example, if I scroll down a little bit, add a chat message, set up autocomplete. So these are the suggestion prompts for autocomplete. There is get the selected code. This was the last one I was missing. If you select a certain area of code, but I've already showcased that. Finding bugs in the code, and display bug results. So these are pretty simple, straightforward functions, and this is basically how I try to tackle the project. So not much else to talk about because it's not really working. I wish I could showcase for you how the vision I had for this project, but unfortunately time is run out. It's very late at night, and thank you for watching.